Hello and welcome back. Today there's a topic that is super close to my heart because I've learnt this through tough experience. And that is how to utilize the masculine in what you're doing without burning out. So I work with a lot of high achievers, high achieving men and women. And a lot of them struggle with this idea that if I stop working, everything stops. I'm too afraid to stop working because I'm going to run out of money and I won't get where I want to go, and I'm afraid that everything will fall apart if I stop working. But I need to stop working because I'm burning out. And I very much can relate to this because I experienced it myself for many, many years. And a lot of these people are stuck in this idea that they are the ones who have to do everything, all on their own, all by themselves, all of the time. And they have to keep pushing and driving and forcing. And so the inner critic, like that inner voice that is so harsh, is turned up really loud and really driving. It's in the driver's seat, and it hurts. And so what I want to do today is share with you a little bit about how you can utilize the masculine. And what I mean by it is that yang energy, utilizing that yang energy or being in your masculine energy to actually still get things done and really achieve, but without losing that side of yourself that's very yin, that needs to rest, that gets to enjoy being present and playful and creative. Because what we're seeing is that this yang dominance, this yang driven energy doesn't work in the long run. You do end up burning out. And so that feminine or yin energy has to be utilized in order for your success to be sustainable. So how do you do it? Well, first it's understanding what I mean by yang or masculine and yin and feminine, right? So yang is very linear. It's linear thinking, it's planning, it's doing, it's structure, it's systems, it's automation, it's leverage, it's delegation. It's assignment, it's planning, it's mapping, it's looking at things and assessing them and making decisions from that point and perspective. Very, very useful. Do not go without this, especially if you're a high achiever, especially if you are in a leadership role or you make decisions for others or you have your own business, right? But what about the other side, that feminine or yin or non-linear practice? La, 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 which is the creativity, right? The brainstorming, the intuition, the sense of things, the gut instinct, the being able to think and plan and delegate and receive and be present and create from the heart, from the body, from being in the moment, being in flow, getting things done, performing, being present and on stage, giving a presentation, connecting with others, right, on a deep, authentic level. Two very different things, both absolutely essential to moving forward and being sustainable. That non-linear part is also the part where you take holidays and you switch off and you get to rest. And those are the times when your best creative ideas and you get inspiration from somewhere else. That's when that comes through. So it's very, very important. But if you don't plan for it, it doesn't happen. So both of them are essential and very, very necessary. So the masculine has always been, if you look at it in a really stereotypical manner, then the masculine was always there to protect and to provide. And if you were to take this now and look at your current life in the 21st century and say, okay, well, how can I use this to protect and provide? Because the other thing that you can see is that so often we don't want to do that, as women especially, for ourselves. This is where you see this phenomenon of strong women waiting to be saved, taking out loans, getting in debt, waiting to be rescued, waiting for something to happen, ignoring the finances, ignoring their intuitive hits, ignoring their fears, and waiting for something to happen and placing essentially too much hope on the universe, unexpected, right? So it doesn't work. We need to use both. So just a little reframe for you. The way that you can do this is by sitting down, having some structure, but adding some flow and beauty to that structure. So in other words, when you have to sit down and have a meeting with yourself every 90 days to plan out the next 90 days and get excited, make it fun, make it beautiful, give yourself a reward at the end, play awesome music, take yourself somewhere inspiring and amazing, and get it done. So you can add the flow, add the feminine to these times and make them really sacred and beautiful. But also know that these times for utilizing the masculine are here to actually support and protect and provide for you in these fluctuating and flowing times, all the in-between times where life happens, where we don't know what to expect. We can plan and prepare for only so much. So to give you an example, as opposed to sitting down and being consistent every single week myself with these videos that I create for you, if I was to set a time and do it on a regular basis, if it's too regular, that just doesn't work for me because I like to be in flow. So I take time probably once a month or once every 6 weeks to think about what are the themes that I really want to bring forward. And I know people who do this on a yearly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a monthly basis, and for some people it works a week in advance for them. This is just for me, right? But I will set that up and do it all at once and get it done and then send it to my assistant who makes sure that that structure is in place. So this is me utilizing leverage, utilizing planning, utilizing strategy in one particular block of time so that you are receiving what I have to offer on a regular basis so that I can be consistent, so that I can actually serve you the way that I want to. And then I can go off and actually make sure that I'm present for the people that I'm working with on a weekly basis every single day. And I'm not worrying about, gee, I've got this other thing that I need to do, or gee, this thing hasn't been done this week. So in other words, it's leveraging your time or automating what you're doing so that you do it once and you set it up. And that's that masculine kind of structured yang piece. And then it supports you for as long as it supports you. And this is really, really cool to prevent burning out, but also to be able to stay on track, get things done and achieve and be productive in a way that remains inspiring and remains fun. So my question to you is, do you have tips? Do you have advice? Is there a way that you love to do this? What's your method for staying balanced between the masculine and the feminine, or the yang and the yin, when it comes to actually getting things done? Or is there something that you got from this video where you're like, maybe I could do that. Maybe it's time for me to actually ask for help. Maybe in order for me to grow, I know now that I can't do it all by myself. Perhaps it's time for me to leverage my time and actually ask for some help or batch things into one particular time. Perhaps I need to set out some time once a month, once a week, or once a quarter where I can actually sit down and review what's happened and then look forward and make some plans. And then the plans are done and all I have to do in the 90 days is actually implement, right? It's super, super fun. I have a group of girlfriends who I meet up with on a regular basis and we do exactly this. So leave me a comment, let me know what you learned or if you've got some tips that you would like to share. And if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and share this with anyone that you know who needs to get out of their masculine a little bit more, but utilize it and not actually avoid it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next week.